What is going on, everybody? I'm going to go ahead and try to enter that bigger board, see where we're at. Probably very, very far away. One just filled. So apparently, this, I'll just stay in and we'll see what happens. I'll stay in this room for a while. We'll do a big board draft. But first, thanks everybody for coming out. Thank you, Scott, Anthony, and Fantasy Dog. Appreciate it. There's a promo right now, the extender for best ball playoffs or for the NBA playoffs. I have no idea about NBA, so if anybody at the end of the video, it's got 3 hours to go live. I'll probably ask for some advice. The way this works is it continually goes up, I believe. I haven't really looked at it too close, but yeah, there are 11 waiting for the bigger board. Uh, but how's everybody doing today? I will. So we'll talk a little bit about DJ Moore and the Bears offense. I like. It's hard to really use any information from last year with the Bears. It's all projection. Their offensive line was awful. It's going to be really good this year, or much better at least, right? So I'm hoping that Caleb Williams improves. I wasn't huge on him coming out of college. I kind of liked a couple of the other guys more. His potential is very high. But Ben Johnson, everybody knows that makes everything completely different. So hopefully that works out. DJ Moore 2 years ago had 1,364 yards. I was with Justin Fields and 8 TDs with almost 17 points a game. Last year, even though he had a down year, he had 14 points a game, it's a pretty solid number. And where is that? There's the chart. Last year, like this is fantasy points per game. I don't see him. Where is he? He was all the way down. Oh, so that was full PPR. That's right. So a half point, he was all the way down to 31. So for him to pay off the 17th overall, I mean, they have to improve. But in Ben Johnson, we trust. Anyway, I'm going to back out of the bigger board for now. Enter a big board in about 10 seconds, and then I will jump back into the bigger board uh, and just wait in there. And if I need to multi-table, I'll multi-table. I need to get this done. It needs to happen today. I guess I could do it on like Sunday or something, but I would prefer to get this done now. We are waiting on 9 for the big board. If it wasn't waiting for 13 people, or if it wasn't waiting for 12 people other than me, please don't give any bull cases for DJ Moore. I already have too much. Yeah, I mean, it's all projection, right? Like with DJ Moore. Do we believe they're going to improve? And everybody pretty much agrees yes, right? So these lobbies have been filling a lot slower lately. Bears wide receiver coach Antoine Randall L says he had Rome Odunze as his number one wide receiver last year's draft. There were a few people who did. A buddy of mine actually did. For some reason. All right, I'm going to end this poll because it's messing up. But yeah, 404 people think that he's going to improve. Welcome, James Young. And welcome to the Who Crew. Yeah, it means nothing. It just means that at least, if he is coming out and saying that, at least he's going to put in, not that he wouldn't put in effort for everybody, but he's going to probably work a little bit more with that player, even if it's not intended. Yeah, so this is just a big board. The bigger board was plus 12 to fill, or plus 11 to fill whenever I entered. So once this fills, yes, I did. But yeah, once this fills, I will just enter the lobby, and if I have to multi-table, we'll multi-table. It'll probably be a while before it fills with that many people. If it was even half filled, I probably would have sat here, chit-chatted for a while, and let it fill. So I don't know how many more big boards people have to do. I believe I have 9. Yeah, I have 9 to complete. So excited to draft. New ideas, not on Sampson or Martinez though. What? Yeah. Keeping the same Sampson and Martinez. Yeah, I watched that guy. He seemed to know what he was talking about. I disagree with one thing he said, but that's just because I disagree with that player as a whole. I'll probably look like an idiot in the end. That's okay. I've looked like an idiot plenty of times. Doesn't bother me. Yeah, what up, Fantasy Dog? So, one thing, whenever I was looking through the player profiler page with DJ Moore on the metrics, I didn't realize he had a 30% red zone target share. DJ Moore did last year. Which is weird because you would think that him and Caleb might have been hating on maybe Caleb held him sitting on the bench while the play was going on against him or something, but 30.4% red zone target share and 26.6% actual target share. That is very bullish. Caleb Johnson. He's definitely a math guy and knows ball. Yeah, I mean, it definitely. I added him to my list of people to watch. I need to go through his wide receiver stuff. I seen that he posted his final rankings a couple days ago. Was it 4 or 5 days ago? So I'll look at that. Still waiting on 5 for the big board. Yeah, Caleb Johnson. That is exactly how I feel. And I mean, I went over it a couple times. People love I just believe that people watch highlight videos of him and they see him running wide open with nobody around him, and they equate that to him just being incredibly fast. But that was more because defenses played everybody in the box because the passing game was complete trash. And all the linebackers were in, right? So as soon as he, like, if one of them made a misstep, he was even. So all he had to do is be as fast as everybody else. He didn't have to be faster, just as fast. That's what I seen. But not that, like, he did find the right places to go. Like, his vision is still fine, but you don't really ever see him moving side to side ever, or I didn't. So maybe I didn't see the right stuff as well. Like, that is absolutely possible. Yeah, that's the one that I didn't agree with. Oh, thank you. I don't know. Like, I'm just in here talking like I talk all the time. Like, it's literally no different than anything else that I do. Like, I just put stuff out there. It's whatever. Hey, Al Boogie. This is just a big board. The bigger board when I entered I was one of 12. So as soon as this enters, I will probably re-enter the bigger board, and hopefully it takes a while to fill, but hopefully by time this draft's about done, we're close enough to actually send out signals for people to do it as my second draft. All right, still one to go. 8 in here, 7 likes. Love it. That's the good stuff. Aaron Sandy joining. Biggest May overlay. Yeah, I might need to throw a biggest board out there. All right, we got Fantasy Dog at the 3, Hulk Smash at the 6. I got the 11. And if you're in here and you want to out yourself, go ahead. Hey, Candyman. Nice to see you. Disbanded. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I haven't taken Genty for I got 14.8%, I think it was. I looked at my exposures earlier, Genty. But I haven't drafted in the 12 hole for a long time, and he is almost 100% drafted before pick 14 now. So I might just go ahead and take Genty over the receivers and give this guy the 2 elite receivers start. Um, I might do that. It depends on what happens here. I would like to get at least another couple Genty teams in. I don't think his price is going to stay at 11. Like, if he goes to the Bears or if he goes to the Raiders, I think that he's going to move up. So I should probably just go ahead, bite the bullet, and start taking them. Biggin board. Yeah, I will. I'm going to enter the bigger board on my phone, kind of watch it. It's 11 to start. That's why we're not doing that. Uh, I almost entered about 10 minutes before the stream and then just started and then if it was full, just start the stream early. I kind of wish I would have done that. I had a feeling one was going to fill right before I started. Should have went with my gut. I mean, I still have a week to do it. The bigger board may not even fill completely. So nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, Hawk Smash taking McCaffrey at the 6. That is out of the ordinary. Trying to build a little unique team. Are you just comfortable taking him there now? Like, I still have no shares of him. I basically I've been drafting from like the 10 and forward spot for a while now. And once I got to the point that I would be okay taking McCaffrey on the in this area between 13 to 15, I just haven't had that many picks down here. Unique. Okay. Yeah, that I'm thinking about doing the same kind of thing. I will take Nico. The guy, Fred Vegas, can have Genty, I guess, with Thomas. If it was Brian Thomas and Almon, I probably would have like taken Genty. I I have plenty of Brian Thomas. Hey, it all worked out. I got my guy. Unique start. Yeah, I need to do like one or two McCaffrey teams at some point. But even saying that, like, why not just wait till BPM season and be in then if I'm gonna do it? What about Matic? Late in the context, want to diversify my drafts. Yeah, I totally understand that. There's a couple things I'm not diversifying on. McCaffrey's kind of one of, like I've also kicked around the idea of just throwing a single McCaffrey share on my last bigger board, uh, just just to make that as my bet. Like since I have zero, if I just do one bet on him on a bigger board, and then go like robust RB and be okay with whatever happens. I doubt I do that, but yeah, I think keeping the pure zero, like at a certain point, like I don't want to really fight it. Like I already made my bet. The bet can change after the draft. I spent like 4 to 5 hours this morning going through NFL draft information, working on like just a fun, like basically throwing a random mock together and putting a bunch of players that are being drafted, like giving them potential landing spots, like just for fun. I will probably Sunday evening, whatever time works best for people, 4 or 5 p.m. Central, assuming people are available that night. I could do that then, or I could do that Tuesday. Tyreek Hill gets brought up as well to pair with CeeDee Lamb. That's probably reasonably unique. I would guess that's reasonably unique. Um, I mean Tyreek did start the contest at like pick 35, 36, and he's moved up, so there will be some pairings, but the bulk of the contest he's been from 20 to 28. So probably it's probably not like super rare, but semi rare. And if you like CD, you would definitely want to make sure that you had a Tyreek shell with him. I guess I don't understand what this means. Oh, okay, you guys are talking between each other. Yeah, you getting ghosted in Maddox. You've talked to me about that before. I got London. Was hoping London or Brown would both get to me. Both were first round wide receivers last year. Yeah, where did? Oh, and both of them made it to you. That's awesome. So did you like ask him to go over your team or what happened? BBG? Okay. Yeah, whenever I see the ads, I kind of I don't know, maybe I'm getting confused because usually when the ads are there, it has a bright orange to it and those don't, and it just confuses me instead. Josh Jacobs, I believe this will be his new ADP whenever post draft stuff happens. I think he'll get pushed down probably to the back end of the third. And in the back end of the third, I think I really like him. The front end of the third at the 2-3 turn, I've been pretty out on him. I have like 4%, like 4.6 or something. I remember. I mean, I still am. I'm still in like all the chats all the time. Josh Allen goes first quarterback. I think I'll just take Lamar Jackson. Get some. No, no, I don't think so. Yeah, I'll take Lamar. I really like Lamar this year. I think the elite QB's price is going to move up as well. That's one of like I think the elite QBs will start going before those some of those running backs, or it'll all be kind of mixed in. Let's draft some winners. I agree. Yeah, BBG's awesome. I mean, the whole group is like Tyler's awesome, BBG's awesome. I know Candyman is Fantasy Football Garage. I really like his streams. I haven't seen a lot of people in there, but I really enjoy them. All right, we will go with Rashi or JMO. Think I'll take Rasheed Rice here. My start: Lamar Jackson, Ashton Genty, Nico Collins, Rashi Rice. Yeah, how dare you make me smile? I am Lamar and Jaden over Josh Allen. Uh, I have like 9% Jaden, 11 or 12% Lamar, and like 3 or 4% Josh Allen. Just went over that. Oh yeah, no, it's like I need to I don't know how people feel like if they like background music or not, but I really appreciate that. And the reason I said I'd reach out to you later is because a buddy of mine makes music, like or a guy I used to work with messes around with some music. He some of his stuff's okay. I thought about reaching out to him just to help the dude out, right? Like, and if it's something people like, if I got popular, it would help him out, right? And I like the whole idea of community. So I only found about Candyman a few weeks ago, but really enjoy it. I think he took a hiatus and didn't stream for a long time. Good group of guys. Were you all talking some sort of collective? What kind of collective? Oh, I like Liam. I know a lot of people dislike Liam. I like listening to him. Like he thinks through the game in a different way than other people. Like you can kind of cut through a lot of the stuff he says. Like yeah, yeah, that's the reason I decided to start streaming is because the community of people that I interact with within the chats, I wanted to interact with more because I really enjoy the community. And even if it ends up just being a small tight knit group, that's perfectly fine. Like that's the good stuff. If it gets big, like as long as people, stay reasonable, weed out the people who are just bad people, it'd be great. Just listening to a ball knower as I wrap up my workday week. Hope you're doing good, my man. Yeah, so yesterday there was a guy, something 10, who was auto drafting half the day. And he was in like the two drafts I'd done before Cognition 10, I think his name was. Uh, he was in the two drafts I'd done before I streamed. And it really angered me because I've tried this entire time to land a Terry McLaurin, Jaden Daniel stack, and this auto drafter landed it from the 4 hole. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, every time I've tried to do it, it just doesn't work. And then they're letting an auto draft guy come in and get it. It bothered me. Yeah, it's probably going to bother me for a while. A lot of this community is sharp. Yeah, I exactly. Just trying my kind of like giving up on Rasheed Rice, Xavier Worthy. Yeah, so the bigger board that I entered is still 11 to start. That the best bedtime beats. Yeah, he streams late. Usually what 9:30, 10ish Central. I don't know if you're West Coast, East Coast, where you're from, but like nights I work, it'll be hard for me to because I get up at 5 a.m. or I actually get up depending on the day. Like tomorrow, I got to get up at 3 a.m. I can't wait till someone wants to see this cute face on stream. I don't have any dogs, like Nacho though. Hey, if you're just joining, if you could smash the like button, that would be awesome. Chuba becoming a mainstay down here. I was kind of hoping he made it back. Not gonna lie. Uh, I I'm very curious. Like looking through draft content, I'm I'm very curious on what the Dolphins do. Like it feels like they could just completely blow everything up and start over. Thank you, Hartman. Welcome, PPR Tyler. All right, we got. I think I'd take a low owned Joe Mixon share this late. It'd give me a Nico Collins Joe Mixon stack. I don't have that, and I have quite a bit of Nico. So this gives me two hopefully really good running backs. And then as long as they don't take both wide receivers, which they did, I feel really good about it. But in a room like this, like Jawan Jennings, like I think he's like the perfect player to pair with Rasheed Rice. If something does happen, if he's coming off slow, like Jennings will most likely be pretty consistent. He also offers spike week upside. And coming back around, there should definitely be some wide receivers left that I do not mind. Yeah, I'd like to stream more in the early evening. It's just whenever I can to finish my day. Usually get free. Usually 9 to 10 p.m. Central. Everyone else in your house can sleep. Got it. No, this is a big board. Whenever I started the stream, I entered a bigger board, and it was 11 more to start. And it is still 30 minutes later, 11 more to start. So this is not a bigger board. They're going to get a half down RB, in your opinion, Dolphins. What do you mean, a half down RB? Mix in Mixon. Exactly. I don't love Mixon either. But let me. Okay, so here's a list of all of the draft picks every team has. Houston doesn't have a fourth, but they have 2/3, a second, and their first, right? So it's highly likely that they'll draft somebody, you know. I think that they will. I Which is one reason why I don't have very much Mixon. But even if they draft somebody, they could just write out Joe Mixon most of the season. And I plan on adding some rookies later in this draft. And if Joe Mixon's the guy I need to get Tootin to the playoffs, like, that's fine. Okay, first and second down back. Yeah, like a Martinez or a Judkins or something. Yeah, hey, yeah, that's I read it as half. First, second down definitely makes more sense. I just didn't read that correctly. You can't say it's a great running back class and draft old guys early. Right. And my Joe Mixon shares are very low. I think I probably only have like 4 or 5 shares out of 200 drafts. So we can actually look that up if you want. I'm hoping it's low. Oh wow. It is not low. It is a lot higher than I thought. Uh I don't hate it where it's at though. Whenever it was going up here, I have no shares of it up here. I I probably need to stop taking him. I also don't love him. I thought that I just had I thought I was getting a unique pairing there, or a unique to me. If anybody wants to enter the bigger board, 11 to start. I doubt we get there by the end of this draft. It still has not moved. I haven't even seen anybody pop in and pop out. So I might just do it with somebody on their stream. I think Tyler's wanting to do one by himself. I might just pop into that one. A PPR Tyler, that is. That way I can make sure to get mine in. Thank you, Rising Star, for taking Cooper Kupp. One less wide receiver I'd have to look at that I don't want. All right. Well, I definitely want a certain player here. I think it's pretty obvious by my board who it is. I would probably he should take oh he did not. I figured he would take Shakir. I'll take Igbuka. Give me some rookie upside with this. I have Igbuka rated a few spots ahead of this. Uh when it comes back around, I might actually take a share of Khalil Shakir, who I don't love because of the team setup. Just a little uncertainty with Rice. I could go with Burden as well, though. I don't know. What do I want to do? My ratings say to take Ayuk, and that feels really gross. I haven't taken Ayuk in a while. I'll take an Ayuk share. I know Al Boogie really dislikes Ayuk. This is more of an exposure draft for me at this point. Mixon is tough. Could be a bell cow all year. Could split carries in the playoff weeks. Yeah, that's why I'm not big on him. I'm surprised I have 4%. Honestly, like I fully expected that number to be like 2 or 3%. Like I probably won't take any more shares. Yeah, the all floor team. That's kind of that would I mean that stuff like that. Whenever we thought Rashid Rice was going to get suspended, like it made sense with the court case being held up, like it possibly might be, and him maybe not being suspended this year. I think that you just have to write it as he's going to play all season. Patrick Mahomes drafter. I wonder if he's autoing. Let's look. No, he's got Ladd there. Jaden Reed above. Yeah, he's doing his thing. Mahomes naked. He might just be trying to get Kelsey on the way back, assuming Kelsey's going to be the number one target earner there. I mean, the reason I did this is to hopefully land Purdy all the way back, which is probably not going to happen. Which I feel comfortable doing because I have Lamar already. Hey, if you're just showing up to the channel, smash the like. Come to Papa. Luther. Who we talking about? Bo Nix. Fantasy Dog. Start robust RB. Bijan, Bucky, Mike Evans, Godwin. The double stack with Baker. Triple stack with Irving. Love it. This is a really good draft. Jerry Jeudy. Cortland Sutton with Bo Nix. That's a very, very good team by Fantasy Dog here. I love the overstacked Bucks teams. They feel to me that some of my favorite drafts are the overstacked Bucks teams. Look at what Hulk Smash has done. McCaffrey, London, Jacobs, Worthy, Walker, Debo, Golden, Burden. It might be just how the draft falls, but I have a few Lamar Purdy teams. Let's see. Yeah, I mean it kind of depends on what the Kittle drafter or the Pearsall drafter is doing. If they already have like Jalen Hurts a lot of the time will go to the team with Kittle or with Pearsall because it's just on that side of the board usually. And if one of those, if that happens, or Baker's as well, like because people would, for some reason, they prefer Baker. A lot of the time, the Sutton or Evans drafters on this side of the board because Evans does get pulled up every once in a while. Whenever those drafters have Kittle, like you have a much higher chance of having him slide back. Or Pearsall, and Pearsall also goes over there with Kittle a lot. And those players also, like, I'm going to assume, I don't have actual data, but like Kittle's ADP lines up with Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. So it would have to be your second quarterback, and a lot of people will pass on their second QB here. Just a thought. And if you, let's say you took, you didn't have Kittle, you had Pearsall, but you had McBride there. You had a choice between Kyler and Brock Purdy. Most likely you're going to take the guy with the rushing upside. That's what I would do at least. I would take Kyler probably over Brock almost every time. Let's look and see what he has done in the. He's setting up for Drake May with Ramondre and Diggs here. So I should be able to pass on Brock Purdy to him. He seems to be drafting within his lanes. So looking at that, if Purdy makes it to me, he's still on the board, right? Yeah. I will pass him through. And I will go ahead and take Mason, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Jordan Mason here. And hopefully this comes back around. I'll look back at what Fancy Dog's doing here in just a second. Love it when a plan comes together. Bigger board, still sitting at 11 to fill. It's rough. It might be the time of day, too. Done at quarterback, landed the double stack. The entire reason I took Ayuk was to pair with Jennings because I don't think I have any Jennings with Ayuk. I'm like at the field with Jennings and significantly under, probably like 5%, maybe 4% Ayuk. But then again, I thought I was like 3% Mixon, and I definitely wasn't. So, oh, you got the double. Okay, you got Mims as well. Nice. I actually like pulling Mims up over here. I take naked Bo Nix every once, like if quarterbacks, all the ones that I needed go, and I'm on the left side of the board, I have no problem taking naked Bo Nix and then just pulling up Marvin Mims up 15, 20 spots. I I think that it's a fine thing to do. But he also had Cortland Sutton. I don't think I've done it with Sutton. Think I may do my fourth bigger board later tonight and your fifth right before the draft. I would I think I just want to get my last one in at some point. I don't think I have to worry about it maxing before next week, like before Tuesday or Wednesday. So I can probably sit around all day and hope it fills. But I definitely want to get it in for sure. And as Al Boogie said, I think it was Al Boogie, there's almost definitely going to be overlay in the biggest board. Yeah, it's still 82%. And it's only went up like two and a half, or it was 79% 3 days ago. Almost, dog. Are you guys speaking in signals? Is that what you're doing? Maybe I don't see what he's cooking up for later, or maybe he hasn't started it. Let me guys know. Would you guys prefer to have like a light background music or not? Oh yeah, Ingram would be really nice. Oh, he's going for Kenny Pickett. Look at him. Kenny Pickett. That's his master plan. They must mean Ingram almost going to him for the double. You got one of them? Yeah. Stroud goes over here with Kirk. I probably would have just smashed Stroud on this side early at 110 if Brock got taken. Okay, like I think it's something that I will, if I add it, the first draft I do every day will not have music, and then if I do multiple drafts, because like I've noticed just in my own mind that I do tend to space a little bit during my second draft. So I think it would help like ease some of the times where I'm not talking as much. And that's kind of I think that's kind of what Pete does, is where he does it on the second draft a lot. I'm indifferent to the music, so used to it, but also barely notice it. Yeah, and if I do it, I don't want it to be laser focus, laser focus for the first draft. Second draft, all bets are off. Hey, we did get a single person enter into the bigger board. Only 10 more. I will put it into the pound Discord. All right. Mostly it's a joke. Yeah, but he's so good at all of it that it makes it worth it. Like I really enjoy his streams. Do I think I just take him? The Josh Allen drafter didn't want Keon Coleman either. I I think I'm souring on Tank Bigsby. I've had a like I'm kind of coming around to the idea that with the Jack, like looking more at the draft, I think they're almost definitely going to take a running back in like the third or fourth round. So the question is, which style do they want to replace the Rashad White type, which is ETN, or do they want to replace uh, Tank Bigsby, who was a better runner last year? We'll go back to this chart. So Jacksonville have all of these picks. They have 2/4 or 2/3 and 2/4. You're telling me they're not going to draft a running back in here? They also have 2/6. So they have all of these picks. Like they could trade up, they can move around the board, do whatever they want. They could fill all their holes. But I would be shocked if the new coaching staff doesn't want a running back that they like in a running back class that is supposed to be really deep. I mean, that is a lot of picks. I I put I put a player, like I have them taking one in one of those rounds right now, like because whenever I do my mock, like the actual mock isn't going to be that good. I know, like it's just going to be for fun. But then I'm also doing more like a projection of where some of the fantasy players we're drafting will go, and I think that that'll be fun for everybody. Uh, so some of the players I'm having trouble with, like I'm having trouble figuring out what I want to do with Jordan James. I've got 14 of the backs with spots right now. I'm having trouble with Jordan James and Rocket Sanders. All the places I like them, I have taken somebody else. Um, yeah, I mean that would be awesome if little brother could take big brother's job. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? And then Trevor buys Travis's house. He's like, "Hey, this is my city now. Get out." Just like a brother would. Yeah. So Dylan Sampson, look at that. You didn't pull him all the way up, and you still got him. You gotta love it. Oh, the rare Javonte Williams sighting. He is what is Javonte's ADP, by the way? I can't remember. Yeah, Samson. I have like I have a lot of Samson, like 18% or something. Maybe it's like 16, but almost all of it has been 140 to 150. Like that's what I was saying yesterday whenever I was telling you like taking him like I love the commitment of taking him at 120, but you could just get a better player and usually get him. If you're willing to take him at 140, you'll still end up with 20%. So you could, instead of taking him in the 11th, like I think you are the only person I've seen actually draft him above Tootin. And in my rankings, I actually have Samson above Tootin, but I don't. I like Tootin, and I do want some exposure, so I'll draft him some at his ADP. J.K. Dobbins 151. He's a guy I've been mixing in a little bit late. After my pick, I'll go over Hulk Smash's team as well. All right, so I mean, I think I just take Giddens here. I do like Rico Dowdle a lot, but what tight ends are available? Ooh, Kyle Pitts. I think we may be witnessing a four tight end team, ladies and gentlemen. We may be doing four tight ends. That extra quarterback spot feels like a late tight end to me. We are he did take. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do here. We're going to just write out the rest of this. We'll move down these rankings. We will take. Do we want to take him? If Kyle Pitts came back around, I would have taken Pitts. I honestly haven't taken Jalen Noel in a long time. But I'll take Trey Harris. 20 picks past ADP. He's not really getting a whole lot of buzz right now. Like he's getting like anti-buzz. So I don't love it, but 20 picks of ADP. I've not been on him the whole process. He's one of the few rookies that I looked at their ADP and I never really liked it. Maybe that burns me. We'll find out. Tootin plus fumbles, third down back. Yeah, no, his fumbles are very, very scary. Like I had him rated real like pretty well and dropped him because of fumbles. And the one thing that like he could absolutely have like the Dylan Laube style thing to where he goes in a preseason, fumbles the ball after like two carries, and then goes in for a regular season game and fumbles on his first carry, and the coaching staff is just done. Like they're like, we cannot allow this. He had what 9 fumbles and 400 touches or something. Tootin would be so good if he didn't have that T. Rich Eddie. Yeah, and his vision is not great. It's fine. Uh, The thing that I thought I seen with him is he relied on his speed too much. Like whenever he would make cuts, like if a linebacker was coming, he would he would like run straight towards the line instead of more at an angle and getting upfield a little bit. And that caused him to get caught later some. Little minor thing that maybe I'm wrong on. Maybe he knew the linebacker speed as well and knew that if he didn't round it out that he would get caught. But it looked like in most of those situations that if he would cut it a little bit more, he would be fine. Um, I listened to all of it. I was honestly, I've got addicted to some really stupid game that I've been playing, and I was listening to it while playing the game, and I probably got confused, like listened but didn't hear right parts of it. I remember he was Giddens like his number 6 or something. Like he had Giddens, he had either um, it's TCG Card Shop Simulator. It's it sounds lame, it feels lame, but it's weirdly fun. Like you get to it was like $13. My roommate was playing it the other day. I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I watched it for a second. I'm like, okay, I'm in because I don't know how many of you play TCGs, but the whole thing about they don't shower and they smell and all that, they put that into the game. So as a shop owner, you buy cans of spray and you run around and spray down people who stink. And like that alone makes me want to play it. Like it's pretty hilarious. Yeah, I did really like the guy though. I was spacing because I had customers to spray down, sir. All right. I didn't expect him to make it all the way back. Martinez, I would have taken him, obviously. We just start the tight end barrage now. This is if I take Joe Mixon, this is what I want. Just a bunch of rookies with big upside. Get me to week 17. Got Mason, Mixon, and Genty to secure it. I'll take a third running back as well. Any of those tycoon style games could be hella fun, especially if it's what you're into. Yeah, like it's pretty unrealistic because it's basically impossible. Like, so you like open packs and then you sell those cards as singles within the game, and it's almost impossible to lose money opening packs. So that is completely unrealistic because if you ever played something like that before and you open cards, it's never a plus decision. Yeah, so I will almost definitely go 4 tight ends on this. Um, I like the team so far. I will go through my team and then I will go through Hawks team. Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy, no stack at all on Lamar, just naked Lamar. Ashton Genty, Joe Mixon, Jordan Mason, Tootin, DJ Giddens, Nico Collins, Rasheed Rice, Jawan Jennings, Egbuka, Ayuk, Keon Coleman, Trey Harris, Bretton Strange, Kate Otten. That sounds dangerous because I got into collecting rookie cards for baseball and football. Yeah, absolutely. But man, like the whole reason Like you got to chase them down, but the main thing is like I got to just crack packs and it costs no money. Like you get a like so every once in a while if I ever feel like buying a pack of sports cards, which the other day I bought a pack of what was it, Tops something, Tops Chrome Elite, I don't know. I just felt like buying something, cracking a pack. So, I spent the $30 or $40, whatever it was, to do it. And then he was playing that game. I'm like, well, that sounds like way better way to do to feed my addiction. And well, I'm kind of glad I bought him though, because I got a card that of my favorite player of all time. So, because that for I guess sports cards now just throw in athletes that played 30, 40 years ago all the time into their packs. It's kind of weird. All right, going through Hulk smashes. Christian McCaffrey, Drake London, Josh Jacobs, Xavier Worthy, Kenneth Walker, Debo Samuel, Matthew Golden, Luther Burden, Jalen McMillan, Travis Kelsey, Dak Prescott. Got the stack. Did he have JSN? He did not. Got. Did you get boxed out at quarterback? I take it. Dalton Kincaid, Adam Thielen, Sam Darnold, Joshua Palmer, Pat Fryermuth. I'm a Chiefs fan. Do you think it was Bo Jackson? So, okay, Kenneth Walker. Yeah, he actually that's a sneaky stack because they started giving him a lot more of the like they started trusting him as a receiver late in the season and nobody really talks about it. Yeah. Uh for quarterback bro took Penix. Uh I don't know if you'll be able to see this very well, but so it was early 90s whenever I was getting into football, and I liked both the Niners and the Chiefs uh, kind of equally. And the Montana trade happened, and I decided to fully be a Chiefs fan. But the reason I was a Chiefs fan in the first place was because of this man. If you could see, anybody know who that is? The best nickname in sports history. Mahomes did not play 40 years ago. There's been a lot of bad times in my Chiefs fandom. Anthony got it. Dude, his 30 for 30 is awesome. Like he came to America. I didn't know this. He came to America as a on a discus scholarship at college. And at that college, he'd never seen football. He went in and he's like, "Yeah, I could do that." And the coach was like, "All right, try." And he tried and he was drafted the next year. Like that's all the football he'd played at that point. It might maybe 2 years in college, but I think he only had 1 year in college. After just seeing people play and be like, yeah, I could run into people, you know. The best nickname of all time, Nigerian Nightmare. Yeah, he was Tecmo Bowl beast. Him and Barry Ward, fantastic. All right, so I'll just smash Tyler Higbee. Tecmo Bowl was great, and like, I mean, everybody loved Barry Sanders partially because of Tecmo Bowl, right? Like, I knew my grandma and uncle used to live in KC. I went to live with them for a bit. All right, okay, saying it was a guess. Yeah, that's a the, his 30 for 30 was awesome. I mean, it hit me because I was a fan of his, right? Um, I'll buy into the Marshawn Lloyd little buzz that they've been getting. I'll be done at running back now. I'll take one more wide receiver and one more tight end, and I'll end at a 2-6-8-4. And the wide receiver I'm going to take, you all can laugh at me. It'll be fine. I won't care. Yeah, so we had a little Tecmo Bowl tournament between my friends and I, and it was just, like 8 of us who all sucked at games. And I was the champion for a little bit. And we did like when we got together, whoever the current champion was, like took on challengers, right? And I lost the like I kept it for a little while, and then Tecmo Bowl being Tecmo Bowl and having bugs in it. Uh, my buddy was playing, and he took the Niners, and in that game for some reason, Bill Romanowski was bugged out to where he was on. I called the right play every single play. Like he just had a glitch on him in that game, and Romo went nuclear, and I got destroyed. Barry Sanders was my favorite player growing up. His highlight reels are so good. Oh yeah, they are fantastic. Randy Moss for you, but agree about Barry. Oldest daughter watches 30 for 30s. Yeah, you should if you have access to 30 for 30s at all, there's some that are awesome. And the Christian Okoye one I really liked because he's a likable guy. Like you listen to that and you end up liking him. Like kind of like the receivers and all that come out like Amon Ra playing through the injuries and everything. Like you get a little more respect for him. That's that's and they just seem like they just love the game and all that. Oh yeah, Buddy Ryan's is awesome. I I only watched I didn't watch a ton of them. I've probably watched like 30 or 40 of them. There's uh, so many of them. It What I don't understand is the show's called 30 for 30 and it's an hour long show. And I don't under I like maybe somebody can help me out. Why is it called 30 for 30? Like I've never heard a reason, never seen anything about it. Well, we are still waiting on 9 for the bigger board. So after this, I will do another big board for anybody who wishes to join. Hold on just a second. It's because it was done for ESPN's 30th anniversary. Okay, got it. That makes sense. I paused the mic because y'all seemed a little horrified by my back pop the other day, and I felt another one coming on. You're welcome. I saved you. So we'll go ahead and type in the guy I'm going to take here. Go ahead and laugh at me. Go ahead. I do think that there's a decent chance that they draft a tight end. And I have 0 naked Lamar teams in my portfolio. I have quite a bit of Lamar, but I tend to pair him with Bateman a lot because Bateman's the red zone threat, and you can't pair him with Zay Flowers unless you pull him up the board. Plan didn't hit all the way. I will go over your team whenever you're done. No laughing at late round picks. They're all darts. Fair on your end. Yeah, I think this is the second time I've taken him though, so there's probably a little bit of laughing at me that's deserved. You too with Bateman. So the first time I done it, it was because they only had 3 wide receivers on the roster. Let me. Do I have that up? Let's go look at their roster real quick. I don't think they have very many wide receivers still on the roster. Zay Flowers, Walker, Tylan Wallace, DeAndre Hopkins, Keith Kirkwood. That's it. That's all they got. 5. Oh, Bateman. So they got 6. I've never even heard of Keith Kirkwood. I mean, maybe Tylan Wallace was actually the click. But year 2 breakout stuff with Devontae. They used reasonable capital on him last year. If you're just joining, please smash the like. We're about to fire up a second draft after I go through the rosters. We will go through mine real quick. 2684, Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy, Ashton Jeanty, Joe Mixon, Jordan Mason, Bayshaw Tootin, DJ Giddens, Marshawn Lloyd. Wide receivers, Nico Collins, Rashee Rice, Jawan Jennings, Mika Egbuka, Brandon Ayuk, Keon Coleman, Trey Harris, Devontae Walker. That's a gross end to the group. Like, starting at Ayuk, it's pretty gross. Bretton Strange, Cade Otton, Tyler Higbee, Harold Fannin. All right, hopefully it doesn't kick us out. We will go with Fantasy Dog. That Larson wide receiver looks crazy good. I don't know who you're talking about. Hopefully, like, I like information. Is he like a late round pick? Baker Mayfield, Bo Nix. Oh, it's still there to be drafted. I might not have got to him. Like, I kind of stopped. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and exit this bigger board. It's still sitting at 9 to fill. That's not going to happen. All right, Elijah Mitchell. And always, after he picks, we'll go back out and look at the teams. Is it Larson or Lawson? Yeah, I don't see a Lawson or Larson or anything in what I seen. And all I did, I'm not gonna lie, all I did is I went to PFF and I copied their top 255 down, and then I only looked at the ones that was like top 180. Okay. So yeah, I only looked at like the top 180 because the ones that aren't in the top 180, uh, I don't think it'd really be worth drafting in this format, right? So I'm not a draft analyst, so I don't need to know what the 7th round picks are. All right, Fancy Dog. Baker Mayfield, triple stacked. Bo Nix, double stacked. Jalen Milrow. Bijan Robinson, Bucky Irving, Dylan Sampson, Javonte Williams, D. Mart, Trevor Etienne, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims, all stacked. Jerry Jeudy, Darius Slayton, Troy Franklin. Oh, you got the fourth player, or the third stack with them as well. Noah Brown, Njoku, Likely, Ertz. I love this team. Oh, are you the one hole? Welcome to the channel. Thanks for showing up, Travioli. We will go over Hulk Smash's team and then the one hole. Okay. Dak Prescott, Sam Darnold, Jackson Dart, Shadur Sanders. He kind of got boxed out. Makes sense. CMC, Josh Jacobs, Kenneth Walker, Will Shipley, Taj Brooks, Drake London, Xavier Worthy, Debo Samuel, Matthew Golden, Luther Burton, Jalen McMillan. Did you do that just to upset Fantasy Dog? Let me know. I think Fantasy Dog actually passed on him for Mims. So, Adam Thielen, Joshua Palmer, Travis Kelce, Dalton Kincaid, Pat Fryermuth. Very solid team. Aaron Lawson, Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, Quinn Shad, Caleb Johnson, B. Rob, Tajay Spears, Isaac Garendo, Rashad White. His ADP is just plummeting. I like the pick. Braylon Allen finally moving up like he should with the Breece Hall news. Double stacked Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. He didn't get Gesicki. Marvin Harrison, Zay Flowers, Quentin Johnston, Diami Brown. Really good buzz on him right now. Michael Wilson, MVS, one of the best late round picks to me. George Kittle, Noah Fant, Theo Johnson, very, very solid team. Playing volume at running back. You got a couple rookies you hope hit hard late, and you have some, like Rashad White feels like he's almost definitely got a role. Who knows how big that role will be. But yeah. Anyway, I'll be entering another big board in about 10 seconds. It's not new Breece news. It's the same stuff that it just makes sense that they like contractually and stuff that he could be on the trade block and all that. There's not been any actual news. One more to start. It's more hearsay stuff. But it would make sense to me if it happens. I said that before anybody else was saying that. And I don't think he gets traded, which is what I've said the whole time. It just would make sense if he does. Like, he's going into the last year of his deal. They're not going to re-sign him, most likely. So, if you're rebuilding, why not trade an asset you can get something for during the draft in a draft class that's really deep at that position? Like, you might be able to trade him for a third and then draft somebody in the fourth or something. Like, not going to say that that's an awesome thing to do. But for, like, if you're wanting to build, if they are trying to win this year, it's not a great move. But yeah. This was your first draft? Well, you did a really good job. That was a very solid team. You correlated. Your like I said, your running backs it started late, but that can hit. You built it the way you built it made sense. That's all you can really ask for. Layering your rookies with some vets later. Oh, first live with me. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't seen the name. Is it A Laws and one? Was that it? I'll try to remember to write it down. I have a list of people and write it down. I write them all down so I can remember later. All right, in this draft, Fantasy Dog in the 3 hole, Anthony in the 4, Travioli in the 5. I'm booted all the way down to the 10. Another draft at the back end, I don't mind it. If you're just stopping in, smash the like for me. Second Dak Golden Stack, first Dak Burton Stack. Realized I wasn't doing enough guessing for rookie stacks. I That's just my excuse to not stack a quarterback, honestly. Like if things go really bad. Hmm. I'll just take another Nico share. I really like Nico. Like if it wasn't for offensive line concerns in Houston, you could argue Nico up at the 4 or 5. Hey, I appreciate the kind words. I'm glad somebody likes it. Yeah, I really do. I like the back half way more. If I feel like, and it could just be me, like how I have things tiered, but I feel like after Jonathan Taylor and Ladd, there's just a massive, like, I kind of put T. Higgins in that same group, but T. Higgins, like, I have so much of him, I can't take him all the time now. I have like, because I'm at like 16%, like 15, 16% T. Higgins. Like, I just can't continue to take him every time and McBride in this area. If I was cool like who, I would draft Chase in the 4 hole. I've only done it twice. Like, it's not like it's a common thing. It's it's absolutely amazing that it happened twice. Like, just crazy. Yeah, Nico, and he's not the average wide receiver. He just puts his head down, does his job, all of that. He kind of reminds me of a former great on the Texans, Andre Johnson, who I absolutely adored. Speak and it shall happen. Should I do it? Should I continue to go zero? Should I do this? Should I go Achan? We'll go. We'll continue to go zero. Welcome to Who's House. You're in the chat with the Who crew. How's your day going, Cody? Thanks to Fantasy Dog. Nico's health keeps me from pushing him higher. I mean, it's Nico's health. Oh, sorry about this. Nico's health plus the offensive line. Like, it's it's a bet that, like, he's a player I would hate to fade. Right? Like, if they get some of the offensive line stuff figured out, and I think we'll go back to this little draft guide thing. I think that they were, yeah, they actually have picks. They don't have a fourth, but they have 2/3 because of the Tunsil trade. So their offensive line needs, like, the second and third round, have a lot of interior offensive line depth. I think they can at least fill in decently. And at least by playoff best ball weeks, Nico could be who you need. I believe Andre Johnson won me a matchup with a Monday Night Football miracle. Oh, didn't he have like an insane game? Wasn't it? I can't. I can't recall. Like, he was. So Andre John. I've said this before, and it's not a just argument, but why we like and dislike players are usually super rational, right? Like, there's usually a little bit of crazy involved whenever you pick why you like a player, you don't. So the reason I dislike uh, DeAndre Hopkins, and I've always disliked him, like, as a Chiefs fan, like, I dislike him enough that when he went to the Chiefs, as like, if we played anybody other than the Eagles, I would have been very excited that even if we didn't win the Super Bowl. But because I don't really want him to get a ring for irrational reasons. Because I don't like the way Houston treated Andre Johnson when DeAndre got there. I know that has nothing to do with DeAndre himself, but it's an irrational sports feeling, right? Like it's just something that I do. Uh, and it's welcome to the dark side. It was super late in his career. He went for like 35 points on a Monday night. Nice. I'm a Texans fan, man. Was so mad when they. So, do you hate Kansas City because of the comeback in the playoffs, or do you just hate the Texans coaching staff? We will. I haven't taken Hampton in a while. I'm just gonna smash Omarion here. You know, I'm not the average like I'm not a normal fan. Like we've won enough Super Bowls now that if we don't win again for the rest of my life, I'm good. Like we've won three of them now, and if you divide the amount of teams that there are in the NFL, that's a 96 years of life is what I should have seen three in. I probably don't live to be 96. So, like, I can't complain. Like, some people would. This is just a big board. I sat in a big board lobby for an hour and it went from 1 of 12 to 3 of 12. It was not happening. So the answer to the thumbnail is no. We cannot fill a bigger board. It did not happen. It did not even get close. Yeah, I totally get that. It is kind of, I'm sure it's tiring. I mean, it was tiring with the Patriots whenever they were winning all the time. Um, Always in the championship games, always this. Like, it was a little tiring, but like, I never hated the Patriots myself. And with all the gates and all the stuff that was going on, like everybody hated them because they were cheating. Like that's the NFL's fault. That's not their fault. It's the NFL's fault for not punishing them hard enough whenever they did stuff. Like if you're just gonna like, I can't remember what it was, but like, well, the one I remember is so back when Elway won his Super Bowls, they got caught doing something. I can't remember. Like it was, they did something that was a salary cap violation of some kind, and the NFL, their punishment was like they gave him a third round pick. Like they removed a third round pick from him. Like if the cost of winning a Super Bowl is being charged a third round pick, who wouldn't do that? Why would you not cheat? Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I should just stay in the lobby and then go to bed and hope to God it's not filled. Mahomes complaining about the refs solidified your Chiefs' hatred. Like I've watched all the games. It's there's some questionable calls, but there's questionable calls in every game. I mean, the worst call this year was not a Chiefs call. Can't remember who it was, but they called a face mask penalty on the wrong team. Like the guy grabbed the guy and drug him to the ground, and the guy who got drugged to the ground got called for the face mask. Uh, and they actually assessed the penalty and never fixed it. And but the ref stuff, like I don't like to get into it because nobody's ever happy. Hootie hoo. Yeah, I think it was vaporware yesterday. I have a question for you, so I need to write it down. What was the place you told me to go for to try to get the logo? I whenever I went back into the video to look it up, I just mentioned it. I didn't pop it up, and I thought, like, because I'm new to this, I thought that I would have access to the chat that happened during the thing, and if I do, I don't know where to look for it. So, uh, I can't remember what it was. I believe it was Vaporware that shouted out something. The Twitter Grok. All right. I know exactly what I want. Um, do you guys want to hear, or do you guys want to be surprised? I mean, I guess I could tell you, and if you like it, we could use it, and if you don't, we could scrap it. Joe Mixon at 55. Lamar, Brian Thomas. Yeah, I need to not take. Yeah, so we'll do it after my 2 picks. I can't believe I have 4.5% Joe Mixon. I really thought I was very underweight on him. I'll take Cortland Sutton back here. Do I want Sutton or do I want Hubbard? I'm feeling Sutton here. Waddle may be the best pick in this area. Because who knows what the Dolphins end up doing. I think the Dolphins realize how bad their roster is as a whole. Some wild things could happen. Yeah, that's going to be the goal. I'll probably just smash Knicks early at like pick 87 or something. I don't know how many of those I have, but I'm at the field with Knicks. I've got 20% ish Omarion, and I'm like at the field with Sutton. So it's probably happened, but I haven't actively built it. And I think that offense could take off this year. We got Chuba down here. I know I say it all the time, but I love it. I'll take Travion Henderson here. Thank you. Travion, Omarion, Voltron. That's what we're forming here. Voltron. Yeah, I should draft more Waddle. Okay. So the symbol I want, the logo, it'll just be the name. It'll be Who, HOO. And the symbol will be, I'll have the O's will be filled in with eyeballs. Those eyeballs will be out like an owl's eye because they look different than all other eyes. And then on the Who, on the H, where the bar is, if that could be turned into like a twig across there and have an owl on it, and then add a beard to the owl and put some glasses on him, I think that would be pretty fantastic. Just my idea. A lot going on, but it'll be very short, very small. Oh, you'll try it? Yeah, I have no idea how to do editing and stuff. Um, like that kind of stuff. I've not got into that yet. I'll probably during the summer. I'll probably gonna draft less teams this year and work more on. I mean, it'll be hard for me to draft more than I did last year, but I mean that's one thing. And number two, like if I'm gonna actually make it a channel, like I need to learn like some editing and stuff like that. And I use Streamlabs, which requires a little more involvement in it, but it offers more options. So like I can bring up a bunch of pop-ups and stuff and make like the actual chat and stuff interactive. I plan on doing that in time. It's just gonna take some time. Uh Cromulent here in the 4 hole. Jefferson Jacobs. I love Jefferson Jacobs for the divisional correlation. Tyreek Hill. Jalen Hurts naked, never bad. Jordan Addison, Travis Hunter at 69. Get your guys. Like that that's cheap compared to what he's going to be in BBM whenever he's Brown's number one wide receiver. Uh I think orange, like the letter if the letters were orange and out like if they could be outlined in brown to give like the wood feel, I think it would look pretty nice. Like even if it's not like a twig in between, I think if it's just outlined in brown, it would still give the same feel. Like I'm good with vision. I'm not good with creation. Yeah. I've been taking Hunter 10 to 15 picks ahead of ADP. Right, yeah. I mean, Hunter's going to go up and continue to go up. Do I want an adult in this room? Do I want Tony Pollard or do I want another wide receiver? I think I just want the rookie wide receiver. Um, I don't think it'll happen, but this it's like 50-50 for me. Or it's like 25% chance that Igbuka goes to the Texans. So this is a possible divisional correlation here, or a team correlation. And then I have Omarion with Sutton, with Sutton, Omarion with Sutton, and Hunter to take. I had to take Hunter in there in order to stack Hawk, Addison, and JJ. Oh, got it. Got it. I wanted Hunter for your perfect plan. Would love Igbuka. Yeah, I mean, would you prefer him or Josh Simmons? Like, I think that Josh Simmons goes there most likely. You're a fan. Are you hearing the same stuff I am to where they're pretty locked in to just taking an offensive lineman, like almost no matter what? I think Igbuka makes a ton of sense. Like, he perfectly would complement what Nico does. And with the depth of the offensive line class, I think it would be smarter for them to do that. Okay, yeah, that's like with the depth that they have and you having that extra third round pick, I think you should take Egbuka. I don't think you will, but I think you should take Egbuka and then take three offensive linemen if you have to. Like your defense is awesome, right? Like absolutely awesome. Connor consolation prize. I haven't got to a whole lot of Connor lately. Um, I still have 10% or something. Yeah, that's what I would do if I were the GM there. But what do I know? I'm just in here drafting best ball teams like an idiot. making Voltron jokes with Omarion and Travion. I mean, I'm sure I'd be missed in an NFL front office. I'm sure they would love my commentary. Steph Diggs continuing to go in this area. This is probably he'll probably be a staple of the 8th round. I'll be pissed if James Pierce is available to the Lions and they pass on him. Funny you should say that. Is all I'm gonna say. Man, so I going through my mock, there's the way I have mine set up is that the Giants end up being the team that gets locked out at quarterback. And I think that they want to trade, like they would trade in for whichever one the last one is available back into the first round if they could. But the only team I think at the back of the first round that would really, really want to trade out, like, because I already have Minnesota trading out with somebody, but it's the Commanders, and I don't think the Commanders would make a trade with the division opponent to let them get a quarterback. But the Commanders are missing a 4th round pick or a 3rd round pick, I think. Yeah, they're missing their 3rd round pick and their 5th round pick. So I would be I would not be shocked at all to see the Commanders trade out of the first into like the mid of the second and have 2 mid-round picks in the second and then pick up a third and a fifth in that process. I think that would be really smart for them. The question, like, if the Giants end up making a trade up and the other teams don't, I think it's something that could almost definitely happen. And I've been hearing that, and I'll probably have to change some stuff. I listened to McShay's thing today. McShay thinks it's pretty likely that the Falcons trade with the Giants and the Giants move up to take Shedeur. Um, I would think that the Browns would want to do that if they take Trey, or if I think the Browns are the team that are going to trade up and take Shedeur. I think they're going to try to pair Travis Hunter with them. All right, what do we got going on? We have this going on. I think we can, well, do we do it? Do we do the thing? We do the thing, right? Who needs adults? We don't need adults. That's what we don't need here. We built our fort. It's made out of pillows. No adults allowed. Omarion Hampton, Travion Henderson, Cam Scadabo. What could go wrong? That's half of the plan. The Hunter part. Yeah. If you want Stroud, you probably got to take him at 111. Yeah, probably. And I don't like. I'm fine with Penix though. As long as both of them don't go, I'm fine. But I think that's smart. I was going to take Evan Ingram here, but Stroud makes sense. I don't have a tight end yet. I think. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take Stroud. I didn't get Stroud paired with Nico last time, so we will do it this time. We'll pull it up. pizza party under the blanket fort. No grown-ups allowed in that running back room. Absolutely. Turn the lights out, grab a flashlight. Let me tell you a story. Those three rookies will send the adults to the retirement home wherever they land. Exactly. It's like, get out of here. We're trying to have fun. All right. Let's go over some of the teams. We got Travioli here in the 5-hole, Jahmyr Gibbs, Devon Achane, Trey McBride, Jameson Williams, Roma Dunze, Jaden Reed, George Pickens, Brandon Ayuk, landed the Jared Goff with the double stack. Man, I love Jahmyr Gibbs, JMO double stack with Goff. It feels so good. It really feels great. Cromulent, JJ Jacobs, Tyreek, Jalen Hurts, Jordan Addison, Travis Hunter, TJ Hawkinson, Tony Pollard, Jordan Mason. Still pulling Jordan Mason up the board. This is almost to the too high range, but I do think that he goes around here. Like, it makes fine. It's fine. Yeah, that double is it's so good. The Lions are going to score points. Like, even if their offense regresses, like, if they lose 25% of the points that they had last year, they're still averaging. They had 30 something ridiculous. Wasn't it like 32 points a game last year? Let me look it up. Sorry. I didn't type NFL. I was like, Celtics? Who are they? Uh, why, what's going on? That's not what I need. Yeah, 33.2. The Lions had 33.2. If they score 25% less, that's still 24 points or 25 points a game. Like, that's crazy. I've been pulling Mason up for a month now. Aaron knows about it. The guys I've been pulling up are finally getting steam, including DJ Moore. It's going into the fourth. Yeah. No, like, most of the calls you've been, like, people you've been high on have been moving up, and it feels great. Look at the top of my exposures. A lot of them as well have. Like, Scatabo finally moving up. Hampton's not stopped moving up. Damian Martinez, one of my boys, like, I don't think he's going to stop moving up. I'm not sure if any of you guys have heard the sacrilegious stuff, like what he said about Damian Martinez, but he talks like he's got, like, he follows somebody or he has somebody that he knows on the inside. I don't know where the information's coming from, but he said it a couple times now that he thinks that they might just pull the trigger and take Martinez in the second. Like, if they don't get Genty, that they're just fully on board, just being like, Martinez in the second. To the Cowboys. I think that would be fine, but I also have him rated very high. The problem is, I think that, like, I don't think you do it. You might do it above Judkins. Like, maybe. Oh man, I almost got a share of Isaiah Pacheco to get cut out of this room. I think we take Colston Loveland to add a different position to the pillow fort. Yeah, no, it absolutely would be. Um, and he's also said that other teams, like, when people are talking up Martinez, that He's hearing that teams are like, hey, calm down the steam because they think they have somebody that's going to fly under the radar that they want to get him in like the third round. They don't want that player to get steamed up or be taken before them. So hearing that, like that's why I actually moved Martinez all the way up to like 160 in my rank, like 160, 170 in my rankings. I've always, when I initially did my rankings before this whole thing started, uh, and they were awful. Like my rankings, they were so bad. It was before a single team was drafted. I just did a thing. It was probably worse than the original ADP for this tournament. I had all the tight ends way high. Um, oh, give me a second. Think I think I'll just take my second tight end here. Fill in running back later. Chicago drafts Tootin and Martinez. Who do you take higher? Martinez. I don't I do not question it'd be Martinez. Most people would probably say Tootin. Jack Reason model put Giddens in Elite Nine group of Barkley Taylor. Yeah, I've seen a lot of very smart people really like Giddens by the numbers. But yeah, in my original rankings, I had Martinez rated at number 138 overall for this tournament. Uh, After 11 drafts, I had 86% Martinez because the second draft I was like, well, maybe I'm taking him too high. So I didn't draft him in a draft. Like I kept like, hey, I need to not take him because maybe I'm too high on him, and I kept not taking him, and I kept getting him like 2 rounds later, and finally I just started taking him in the 18th, 19th every draft. And then after 20 drafts, I think I had like 75, 76% Martinez or something. Yeah, no. Whenever I say I was originally on Martinez, like I'm not saying anything like we kind of chatted about it in the comments, but like I have been on Martinez the whole time. Like just from what I watched. I have Martinez ranked where most have Neil ranked, but Martinez goes at ADP most of the time, so no real need to pull him up. In the stream drafts, he goes high, but yes, if you do a solo draft, you can kind of get him wherever still. Yeah, you did. What about Henderson versus Martinez on Chicago? Henderson's more talented. Uh, it would be, I think both. I think that could honestly be exactly what the Lions have, though. Like, I think both of them are very draftable. I think they could do the same kind of thing that's going on in there. I mean, they have they have 2 second round picks in Chicago. I think they're missing a fourth. I think. Let's look. Yeah, they're missing a fourth and a sixth, but they have 2 seconds, 39 and 41. So I doubt they take like 72 could be a spot for Martinez and 39 a spot for Travion possibly. I I think Travion ends up going before 39, but if he's there at 39 and Genty didn't make it to the Bears, you can absolutely guarantee that they're running that card in. Like I would be absolutely floored if they don't do that. There's a couple other spots I think Washington would love to trade back a little bit into a pick before Chicago's pick and to take Henderson before they get him. Uh Yeah, right now I have Martinez going in the third. I've seen a lot of mock drafts have him in the fourth or fifth though. But I also love the guy. But I'm trying to be reasonable with what I'm putting out. And like I do think Giddens could definitely go before him. I I think Sampson in the NFL draft in the actual draft goes before Martinez. I personally like Martinez more, but I do think that Caleb Johnson and Dylan Sampson get more capital. That's for sure. I don't know if I don't know if I projected this because I want it to happen so Caleb Johnson lands in a bad spot, but where I have Caleb Johnson going would be really bad for him. What pick is this? I do not like Javante Williams. Yeah, we'll continue to fade him. Yeah, there's a few running backs that will go ahead of Martinez, but I feel like he's yeah, and people think he's only going to be a first second down back. He never really got the opportunity in the receiving game. When he did get opportunity, he was fine. He wasn't electric, but you don't have to be electric in the receiving game to be functional. It's not like they're going to take him off the field in third downs because he can't anchor whenever he pass blocks. But that's fixable. Like what happens is he gets on his heels whenever like he's backing up as he's blocking. Like if he sets his feet and uses his body because he's actually a bigger back, he will be fine at pass blocking. It's just going to take him a little time to get used to that. Caleb to the Niners or Ravens, you're guessing. You might be onto something, Hartman. 52 receptions. Williams. Uh, which Williams? Oh, Javante. If they don't add somebody, I mean, Javante with him would actually make a lot of sense. Weren't talking about Javante. We'll we'll take a very very rare share of Javante Williams. Got him at 160. That's fine. So far, the team: Bo Nix, C.J. Stroud, Amarian Hampton, Travion Henderson, Cam Scatabo, no adults allowed. Get out of here, Rico Dowdle, Javante Williams, Nico Collins, Drake London, Devontae Smith, Cortland Sutton, Emeka Ibuka, Colston Loveland, Dalton Kincaid. Feels pretty nice. I'm positive that Martinez will not make it back. If he does, I'll snag him here. I have plenty of Martinez right now. In my non-stream drafts, I just draft him every time. So there's that. So who were you talking about with Williams? 52 receptions. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And like, I don't mind taking Martinez here, but I do prefer like I actually like Rico Dowdle this year in the backup role in Carolina. I know I've said it before. I just think that offense will be upgraded. Their offensive line, although not great, they're they're fine, and I think that they're going to run the ball quite a bit. I think Loveland will flip T.J. Warren after the draft. I could see that. I I honestly think there's a chance that Loveland goes before Warren in the draft. I'm not saying it's like where will Dobbins sign? That is that is a big question. And I see there we go, populated. I like that a lot, and he may even have a standalone value without needing Hubbard injury. Yeah, no, that's where I'm at. Like he showed that he's a competent back last year. That offense is they showed improvement at the end of the year. He Chuba doesn't have to be on the field every time. Yeah, I almost took Goddard as my third tight end at 159. Such a good pick. Was there recent news on Rashad White that I missed? I honestly haven't seen a whole lot of news last day or two. Um, I want to make sure I'm not missing something because this is a crazy slide. And I have like zero Jalen Wright, but if one of those two make it back to me, I'll be taking them. Man, yeah, I think you have to like even if they uh if they trade Dallas Goddard, like I've said it before, a team that trades for a player is going to use that player, right? Or at least attempt to use that player. So Goddard sliding this far. Yeah, I know the news came out today that they're going to try to trade him, just like the Andrews and all that stuff. If everybody wants to trade tight ends away right now because everybody likes the tight ends in this year's rookie class. So we'll be done at running back. This feels good. 3 rookies and then the ugliest possible veteran you could take in Javonte Williams. The absolute like I do not like that pick. I know some people like him. I need a lot. I need a lot of convincing. I'm a Goddard hater, but I also have 30% of him. Yeah, I thought he was a fine pick at 120. Last year, let's like he was fine last year. He was tight end 11 last year, points per game. That's kind of where he was being drafted originally. I mean, you look, there's a whole bunch of people close, and a lot of those people are later. But he also spiked pretty heavily a couple times. Like he had a 125 plus week, which we all remember that week. And then he had a bunch of pretty good weeks. Yeah, that's true. He doesn't stay healthy too often. Appreciate everybody who showed up today. Having people to chat with while I draft makes it a lot more fun. Let's go over. Have we went over Fantasy Dog? Yeah, we went over his team. The Baker Mayfield Drake May stack. Thank you. Yeah, I'm surprised that as many people like I've only been doing this. Like yeah, I have 25, 26 videos now, but the first like 8 of them were just me and Victor in a room where I didn't post or let anybody know I was doing it. And if somebody found me, that was fine. But I was mostly thumbing around trying to get like the chat stuff working, figuring out what I was doing. Uh, and then as soon as I actually let a couple people know, like I'm surprised that I get even 10 to 15 people in here daily. So hopefully it continues. Hopefully I don't get boring. Easy listen. Here's my plan. All right, let me in. Let me in on your plan. I like plans. They're in here. They got their flashlights. They're making a plan. They're gonna make a break for the fridge. Right? All right, I don't think they'll see us. Turn off the flashlight. Cleveland has 10 draft picks. Draft Hunter. Got it? I need to start clicking some Jalen Milroe. All the buzz with him is huge. Happy to have everyone here. There were days where I was the only one in here. Poor who was subjected, but it helped a lot because Victor like doesn't really talk much. He doesn't know much about best ball. Like he dynasty stuff he knows a little bit about, but he doesn't play best ball. So he doesn't know what to say. I've talked to him about that. I'm like, just chat. It's just talking ball. But um, do I want? Surprisingly, yeah. Surprisingly, the tight end for the Texans was gone. Dalton Schultz. Traded in first, draft Milroe. Usually I miss you live, but today worked out. Hey, yeah, I've seen you. I've seen you in here a couple times. I basically just looked around and seen what time slot was pretty wide open, and this time, like, because I have 4 days off a week usually, I can kind of fit in whatever time slot I needed to. So if like I looked at it that way, and eventually I hope that there's people like I know a lot of people can only be in here every once in a while, like Anthony. I have way too much Wandale just because he always slides. He does always slide for sure. Is it too early for Derek Carr? The answer is yes. All right. Do I want an ugly vet here? We're going to take Trey Tucker. Divisional correlation with Bo Nix. I don't have a lot of divisional correlation on this team. So we'll do that. Not gonna lie, I think all the chat helped the algo. People came in droves after that. You also had shout outs, etc. Not trying to take credit. No, that's what I'm saying. Like you came in, you were chatting. It actually got me comfortable with like using the chat stuff. Uh, Helped out a lot. I appreciate it for sure. And once I got comfortable with that, that's when I met like that's whenever I didn't even message anybody. I just posted it on my Twitter that I started it, and that's all it took because the community is great. Like you may not believe in people's takes, you may not like an individual, but the one thing that they want is they want more people in content creation because they want more people to be able to help like bring on and help them, and they're all super helpful. Uh I've already been like I'm going to link up with Fantasy Football Garage sometime, and I'm going to be on Tyler's channel here sometime soon. I just had to figure out how to get my mic suppression stuff to work, which it doesn't work on Mozilla. on Streamlabs or on StreamYard. So I think I got that figured out. So at some point here soon, I'll be on a couple of those channels as well. That should help. I hope that helps. Yeah, I think it's good for you to get a consistent time. So that was number one goal, is to find a time that worked, that nobody else was doing anything, and to basically take it, make it my own, and hope it works. Like finding the consistent time slot, like eventually people hopefully will come in that need that time slot. Like that time slot works for them. I have no Milrow draft nights. Gonna be wild. Oh yeah, I think I have like 3 shares. It's not much. 23% Milrow at the moment, was spamming him in the 20th round. That is a fantastic place to be. I mean, even if he goes round 2, depending on the situation, he's probably going to be playing in the fantasy playoffs. Like, if he goes to the Giants in the second, you're telling me that they're going to be playing Russell Wilson in week 15 when Jalen Milrow's there, sitting there for your fantasy playoffs? We need a lot more shout outs from streamers you support. Just saying. No, anytime I go into any of their chats, they shout me out. Like I don't know what more they can do. Honestly, like I just appreciate it. Is all. We will go with this. Could be my very first DeAndre Hopkins share of the year. I think this is going to be my first DeAndre Hopkins share on the year. There it is. Boys, you've witnessed history. I drafted a Hopkins share in 2025. It might be my own. I might have one other one. I know, not a hater. Right. Yeah, Milrow is set up for at least a starting during basketball playoffs. Around 20 was a steal. Correct. They're genuinely cool. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lamar's red zone target versus those loaded boxes to stop the run. Let's go. I know the ADP stops mattering at a certain point. But before he signed with Baltimore, I had zero interest in him. And as soon as he signed with Baltimore, he started going at like 160-ish. There were just so many players I preferred over him at that point. Because at that point, you could get Jalen Noel, sometimes Jaden Higgins around where he went. All that's gone. Like, all of that is gone. So, last pick, eyeball quarterbacks. Nothing. Think I just take another Pat Bryant share, another red zone target. I'm wanting to get to 5% Pat Bryant. I do think at this point that he might go in the 4th round. It's like 50-50 if he goes in the 4th or 5th. I've heard some good things about what's been happening with him in interviews and stuff. So I'm not sure if anybody else is live right now. I haven't looked. If anybody knows that anybody's live, shout it out in the chat. I will go over everybody's team once this is over. My running back room is nothing but responsible adults. That feels irresponsible. It does, doesn't it? I'm over here building pillow forts, and you're in there talking about your day job. One of us is having way more fun. Absolutely. We'll go over my team. Bo Nix, CJ Stroud. It's a 2-6-9-3. Omarion Hampton, Travion Henderson, Cam Scadabo, Rico Dowdle, Javonte Williams, Rashad White. Nico Collins, Drake London, Devontae Smith, Cortland Sutton, Emeka Ibuka, Kyle Williams, Trey Tucker, DeAndre Hopkins, Pat Bryant, Colson Loveland, Dalton Kincaid, Chig Okonkwo. Yeah, I love Pat Bryant. The Typhel Tower just started. That makes sense. Oh, BBG's live? Got it. My guys are doing their taxes and smiling. Yeah. This took longer than it has. They had a lot of auto drafts in this. I'm going to go ahead and just end the stream then. Don't want to steal their time. I figured somebody started because right about 6, my viewers went down by like 7. So I appreciate those who stayed. I appreciate it. I will be back on Sunday evening about 4 p.m. So, and on Sunday evening, I think I'll have my mock done, and I'm just going to do like a mock and talk about the draft. And then probably do one draft after that, if anybody's interested. Anyway, hey, thanks for showing up, Jack. I don't know if you just showed up or if you've been here, but thanks for popping in. Peace out, everybody. And if you haven't yet, please smash the like on the way out. Take care.